Who's ready to get a little bit better? If so, you should shout yes wherever you're at right now, just for fun. Let's do this. Let's answer a question. Why don't I have what I want? You ever felt that way? Like, man, I want that. Why don't I have that? I've wanted that for a long time. Why haven't I created that? Why don't I have the success I want? Why don't I have the relationship I want? Why don't I have the marriage that I want? Why don't I have the money that I want? Why don't I have the body that I want, that physique? Why don't I have the fulfillment that I want? Why don't I have what I want? Well, that's a little bigger question. I can't answer that with one answer. Let me give you 3 reasons why you don't have what you want, and then we'll flip it and give us a few questions we can ask ourselves to get what we want. Does that sound good? Let's do this. So, number 1 reason why you don't have what you want is because you're not clear about what you want. You say, why don't I have what I want? But if I asked you to articulate with clarity a vision of what you want, you don't have the clarity. You got more of a wish and a prayer about what you want than a clear vision of what you want. See, clarity is power, and if you don't have clarity, you're never going to get what you want. And guess what? I want you to get what you want. But before you can get what you want, you need to know what you want. You got to get crystal clear. So maybe you're talking about a specific area. What do you want in your business? I want to make more money. Great. You guys have heard that saying. I'm losing it now. Ask the universe for what you want and you'll get it, but ask clearly. Because if you ask for more money and you get $1, you just got more money. But if you get clear about what you really want, I don't just want my business to be successful. Great. What the heck does that mean? I don't just want to grow my business. That's not clear. I want to hit X number of revenue by X date. I want to have a team of X number of people. I want to be ranked number 1 in these categories in my industry. I want my face on the cover of the magazine in our industry, and I want people coming to me organically because we market better than anybody else in the world. That's what I want. Oh my gosh, that's a whole lot clearer than I want to grow or I want to be successful. You've got to get clear about what you want. Some of you single folks, let me talk to you for a second. Oh my goodness, why don't you have what you want? Because you don't know what you get clear. Write it down. Man, before I met my wife, I had a list. There was 2 lists. These are the non-negotiables. Like she's got to have this, and this, right? And these were the negotiables. Like non-negotiable is she's got to be aligned spiritually with me. She's got to be growth-minded. She's got to be attractive to me. She might not be, well, what am I saying? My wife's beautiful. So like these were non-negotiables. But like if you're like blonde or brown hair, come on guys, these are negotiables. You love fantasy football and you're like, man, it'd be awesome if someone loved fantasy football. Like these are negotiables. So make sure you know what non-negotiables are and the negotiables are and get clear about what you want. That was completely off the script, but some of you need to get clear about what you want in relationships, what you want in your marriage if you're committed in a relationship, what you want in your health. What do you want? I got a 13-year-old son who loves the game of basketball, and we currently have a little wager going on of who's going to dunk a basketball first. So I want to be fit and strong. My body is bulletproof. I dunk with ease and I shoot better than ever. These affirmations are in my daily affirmations that I do every single morning. Now, my twin brother was like, hey, you remember your history with dunking, don't you? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, did I hurt myself? Something? He's like, you've never done it. But you know what? I am clear. I don't want to touch the backboard. I don't want to touch the rim. I don't want to hit the net. I don't want to have a good game. I want to freaking dunk a basketball. Never done it on a regulation rim, but I'm gonna because I got clear about what I want. What do you want? Do you want to be able to bench? Do you want to be able to have X weight? Do you want to be able to feel good in certain clothes? Like, what do you want? Get clear about what you want. So number 1 reason why you don't have what you want is because you aren't clear about it. Number 2, this is huge, because your thoughts and your words don't match what you say you want. Your thoughts and your words don't match. You say you want X, but you are shooting yourself in the foot with self-sabotaging language, and you say you want money, but then you get frustrated every time you talk about money, or you don't even like to talk about money. And so you've got this love-hate thing going on that's not serving you at all. You say you want a relationship, but then you're always making smart cracks about like, oh, if you're a dude, you're like, man, women are so much drama. If you're a guy, or if you're a gal, you're saying, oh, men never listen. Hold on. You said you wanted a man that listens to you. Why are you saying men don't listen? Stop that. Your words and your thoughts are not lining up. You got to get in alignment with what you want. So the second reason, because your thoughts and your words don't match. So you got to get clear about what you want. And number two, you got to get your thoughts and words in alignment with what you want. Stop self-sabotaging yourself. Stop having these contradictions of I want this, but I'm saying and thinking this. By the way, you might need a little help, either through coaching, some deep work, or a community, maybe a mastermind, because you're not going to be able to see them on your own. The reason you're in contradiction is because you're not even aware of it. You're not conscious of it. Barely a mastermind call goes by that someone on the call, not always me, doesn't say, oh, what'd you just say? No, we don't talk like that. Not in this, we don't talk that way because you're contradicting yourself with what you really want. And then the third reason that you don't have what you want is because your actions don't match what you want. Your actions don't match. Simplest way to sum this one up, faith without works is dead. It's dead, people. You can't say you want this and not do anything. There's a real popular book that came out a little while ago called The Secret. It's all about the law of attraction. And there's actually, believe it or not, I like some good stuff in that. I believe in the law of attraction, but my problem with the book is it's only one side of the equation. I believe you got to get clear about what you want and speak and line up your thoughts and words. But then you better figure out what's your part to manifest that into your life. What are you going to do to get into action to create what you want? I mean, are you just going to wait for like your special someone to drop out of the sky? Or are you going to get yourself in some social environments? Maybe sign up for one of those online datings or like, good golly, what are you doing to get in alignment with what you really want? To bring action, to manifest that. There is always something that is your part. Like, yeah, attract it, great, good, awesome. But what are you going to do? So, you want to bring this into a little bit of a summary. How can you get what you want? If we flip that question, how do you get what you want? You need to be able to answer these three questions with really good answers. Number one, what do I want? I'm just repeating here. I'm summarizing for you here. If you can answer the question, what do I want, with absolute clarity, conviction, I would say, if you can answer that question, what do I want? And this is not like a one-sentence response. This is, I've journaled about it. I've had conversations about it. I got a vision board up about it. Like, get clear about what you want, because when you get clear, all of a sudden a whole lot. If you are a fan of the book, The Alchemist, love that book. There's a principle in the book, and he talks about when you begin to pursue your personal legend, all of the universe begins to conspire on your behalf to make it happen. So pursue your personal legend. Get clear about what you want, about literally, like, what were you put on this planet to do? What is your destiny? When you get clear about what you want, about what your destiny is, things begin to happen that you can't explain, but you got to get clear. You got to get clear. So number one, be able to answer the question, what do I want? Number two, be able to answer this question very well. Are you thinking and speaking it consistently? Some of you went to some personal development event, or you listened to some guru and you walk through this exercise about vision. There's a gap, and there's a gap between where I am and where I want to be, and you got this vision of like, where do I want to be? But the gap is where you got to do the work, right? And so when you're doing the work, you also can't just go to that event and do that exercise and then be like, oh yeah, I got clear about my vision and never think about it again. Never speak about it again. I'm telling you, daily affirmations, that's a whole nother conversation, but I speak out what I want every day. And guess what? I'm creating it. It's manifesting in my life. And I've been doing that for not maybe some of you have been doing it longer than me, but for about the last 7 years, I've been doing that consistently. And because I think it and speak it consistently, I get to create it in my life. So be able to answer that question with a resounding yes. Are you thinking and speaking it consistently? You want to be able to say yes with absolute confidence. Yes, I'm thinking that and I'm speaking it consistently out over my life. And number 3, you want to be able to answer this question really well. What are you doing? Like, this is the intentionality question here, right? Like, how are you bringing intentional action to create, to manifest what it is that you actually want? Because you can get clear on it and you can speak it and think it, but if you aren't getting your tush into gear and doing whatever your part is to create that, I mean, I'm all about grace. Like when you get faith and you start releasing, get confidently expecting, like there are things going to happen that's above your pay grade, okay? But there's always going to be a component that is your part. I believe God does miracles. I believe God can do things that I can't do, but there is always going to be my part. How do I cooperate with God? Some of you would say with the universe. Like, how do I cooperate and what is my part? So if you can answer those 3 questions really well, one with a resounding yes and the other 2 with good explanation, like you are on your way to getting what it is you want. And so I would challenge you, like write those questions down. What do I want? Am I thinking and speaking it consistently? And what am I doing? What are my actions? If you can answer those, journal through that. Take this weekend and journal through that. Take some time this week. Set some time apart, because if you don't get clear, you're not going to be able to get it. And I want you to get it. I want you to have it all, because I want you to be able to leverage your life to make a difference in the world. I want you to be able to enjoy the journey. And if you're not willing to do a little bit of work to create that, I don't know who said this first, but most people spend more time planning a summer vacation than they do getting clear about their own life, planning their own life. And this is the kind of work that helps you get clear about your life and what you're creating. So I hope this served you. If you got a takeaway, you want to drop it in the comments. Would love to hear your takeaways from this. But this is where you should get off this video and go out there and give your greatness to the world, because somebody needs what's on the inside of you. Don't hold it back. Go give it away. I love you all.